great time at the holidays to get everyone together, blow a break, see the... Okay, whether you're crying. She's looking at me. Well, I'm not crying. It's my party and I'll cry if I want to. Cry if I want to. Well, you know how to do that. I don't know about cry if you want to, but we're going to do this retirement party. Sort of to paraphrase Charles Dickens, I'm sorry, is holiday past, present, and future. Alright? So, we're going to start with the past, and Mike's got something he wants to say. And I told him to be kind, I know. He wants you to be nasty. Good luck, they say.
I don't want anyone having my back.
You have to go over there. Oh, I have to go over. You have to stand.
No, sit down, sit down, sit down.
Oh, sit down. Oh, see, I'm sitting right here. I want to hear what he has to say.
Pages long? Pages? He wrote
pages? I wrote it out longhand in case I forgot my glasses. But I remember the glasses. All right, so when Roberta asked me to say a few words at tonight's party, she did remind me that her family would be here, so I had to be kind. But the funny thing was, a week later, John called me and said that he took a vote of the staff and they wanted me to roast her. So I think, Roberta, I'm about 75% nice and about 25%.
It is what it is. I think I can take it.
But I know you're a good sport.
I am.
You can take it.
John hasn't caught me yet.
I spent a lot of time thinking about what would be the appropriate descriptive word to use for Roberta. The first thing that came to mind was a word that I thought of using, but then, like many of you, I've heard Roberta sing. Talented may not be the most accurate descriptive word. It would raise a few eyebrows, and so that word was out. And then I started looking through some of the past speeches I had given to people on their retirement, and I kept Carol Harding's for a reason. And when I described Carol, I described her as an educator who closed the door each day and quietly tended to the challenge of teaching first graders. But then I thought to myself, how could I really use the word quiet to describe her?
Never!
So that was out.
She's really not going to let you do this on your own.
So that's the nasty part. No, that's it. So since I was getting nowhere in my efforts, I simply allowed myself to think of the things I would remember about Roberta during my 6 years there. I know that throughout my time, and probably for many years before my arrival, Roberta served as the teacher liaison to the PTA. She was faithful and committed to attending each meeting and regularly participated in PTA-sponsored functions to show her support of their fundraising efforts. When they sponsored an assembly and the presenter asked for a staff volunteer, and you all know this, all of you would hide behind students, right? Would never make eye contact, and you all pointed towards Roberta, right? And she always readily agreed, surprise, surprise.
To make a fool of herself, yeah, I know.
And when she went up there, I think she always made the assembly a little bit more enjoyable, not only for the staff, but for the students also. And that's one of the things I'll remember about her. I remember that she served for years as a building OBA rep, and I guess her commitment to the association reflects an interest to help her colleagues and to maintain the high standards that makes Old Bridge one of the finest districts in the area. And probably the most important thing I remember was the time a kindergarten parent came to see me in the spring of the school year when the first grade classes were being prepared. This parent had just been diagnosed with cancer, and she wanted me to assure her that her daughter would be placed in Roberta's class, because she knew Roberta would give her daughter the extra attention and guidance that she might not be able to do because of her illness. And when I told this to Roberta, I took note that she remained committed to this little girl throughout the school year.
And she died 1 week after she was in my class.
Right. I didn't want to say that. So, Roberta, as you begin your retirement, I congratulate you as an educator who remain committed throughout your career to take on the many roles that contribute to this really wonderful and rewarding profession of teaching. May you have many years of good health and happiness ahead.